Welcome to the First Step Podcast. My name is Kevin. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this beautiful Masters weekend. The azaleas are in bloom. The greens have never been greener, and the fairways are rolling. The pimento cheese sandwiches are made. Make sure you guys grab one. Make sure you guys join us. We have lots to talk about, players to watch, best bets to go out there, and we've got some good old-fashioned Augusta info. Have a good one. Thank you for joining.
This is First Step.
Avo, how's it going, buddy? How you doing?
Excited, man. Masters Tuesday here. I'm ready to go. I've been just consuming so much Masters content. Listen to like 5 podcasts already. Yeah, 5 podcasts, watching press conferences. I need Thursday to come already. Thursday to come.
I need Thursday to start. I have literal goosebumps as we're even talking about the Masters. Eamon's Corner is just begging for me to join, be a part of it. Remember, I am going to the Masters this week, so this is the most exciting. I don't even know how I'm going to get through this week with work and stuff like that. I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk about this. I say we just jump straight in and talk about the players to watch here. I'm going to talk about him, the big dog. Everyone knows that he's a favorite. Scotty Scheffler on the quest to defend his title, becoming a back-to-back championship at the Masters, back-to-back champion, I should say, at the Masters. He dominated here last year, won with a comfortable lead, and he's been absolutely on fire. He's currently the world number 1. Vegas has him as the favorite to win this entire tournament. I think if Augusta is the weather's fine and the greens are rolling, I think this plays right up to Scotty Scheffler's game. I think he has the ability to make this his course again. I like him here. I don't have a weakness for Scotty Scheffler. I can't think of one right now, at least. He's striking the ball well. His putter's on fire, and he finds ways to contend, man. I like Scotty here. How do you like him?
Yeah, he's clearly the favorite, 4-1. That's Tiger odds. But look, he's basically going for 3 out of 4 Masters. Now, this will be his third Masters in 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's done that since Jack. So we're talking, he's up there. He's chasing history at this point. People have been talking about how he hasn't been in form, but I think that's a little bit of the Tiger treatment where, just because he's not winning every week, he hasn't been playing bad. We saw him at Houston. The one thing that I liked about what I saw in Houston was he's putting. He's the guy to beat out here still. I know there's a lot of hype on Rory, but Scotty's still the dude. If you want to win the Masters, the green jacket goes through him right now. And if he's putting well, he knows that course. He knows how to play chess out there. This has been his course. This is the major that he wins. You haven't sthat the Scotty at the Masters at the US Open or at the British Open. The Scotty that you see at the Masters has just been another level. So I think that this is his tournament to lose, and for good reason. I don't know what else to say.
Scotty's a beast, dude. Absolutely. Like, the only thing you could say is
bet him. Bet him.
That's
what I can say. Just bet him.
Just bet him. Just put
him.
something on him.
You can bet other guys, but bet him because
there's for sure. Because that's almost guaranteed money.
Yeah, because there's a very good chance that if you don't bet him, you might just be like, God damn it. I lost all the money.
I should have done it.
I should have put something on him, even though he's 4-1.
Let's talk about the guy who's probably going to be fighting for that spot. Let's talk about Rory. We all know Rory in the Masters has a bad rap. He's going for that Grand Slam. We mention it pretty much every year, how it's basically unavoidable at this point. Everybody knows Rory's games for the last 10 years. Everyone's seen him. We talk about he has the most top 10 finishes in Augusta in the entire field. He's playing incredibly well, coming in super hot in 2025, has a few wins, playing great, has the drivers working. The ball striking has been incredible. The putter is on fire right now. But can he put it all together and win a Masters? I think it's all between the ears. I think this guy's pressure gets to him. I think this means so much to him. Granted, he is one of the top competitors in golf, one of the top golf players. He is an incredible golfer, but can he get in the right headspace? This guy has done everything to try to win a Masters here. He was the last tee time last year. He's been changing it up ever since 2011 where he had that meltdown in the back nine. He's been trying different stuff during the Masters. Is it going to work? I don't know. How do you feel about Rory this year at the Masters, man?
How I personally feel about him, but
yes.
Let's not get into that. But
yes.
Listen, we do this every year. It's the Masters, and here comes the Rory hype train. And this year, I think it is in full force. It's one of the biggest Rory hype trains
Yep.
I've seen in recent memory. And rightly, this guy, he's been, I know we were talking about Scotty and how great his greatness, but Rory has been the best player in the world in 2025. We've seen his game has been on point. He's been saying all the right things. We saw what he did at the Players. You hear his press conferences this week, how, oh, I just got to treat this like every other tournament, blah, blah. The usual, he says all the right things. He's doing all the right things. But then at the end of the day, can he do it? We've seen this time and time again with him. But this is looking like his best chance in a long time. I don't think he's going to get it done. I bet him to miss the cut.
That's wild.
but
A wild take. That missing the
that,
cut at the
that, that
Masters.
that's just more. That's just more for the brand. That's just more
Yeah.
for the brand.
That checks out. That checks out.
I do think that if he's going to do it, it's got to be this year.
He's playing so well.
This is the best. This is the best version of Rory we've seen in easily 5-6 years. If he doesn't do it this year, I don't know. Every time you open social media up, every podcast you listen to, you turn on the golf channel, everything is Rory. Everyone's buying in. He's the guy that everybody wants to win. It seems like at least the public is rooting for him hard. I personally am not, but that he seems to be that guy this year. But we'll see, man. This has just been mentally, there's been something there that's been missing that just he can't put it all together.
It's a joke at this point, truthfully. Like, it's just he can't do it. He can't.
Yeah, and like we've seen statistically, he's one of the best golfers in this field. He's the best golfer in this field statistically that has never won the Masters. It's not even close.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll figure it out pretty early on. Thursday, Friday, we'll know pretty quick. I feel like just because we've seen this happen with him before. He kind of shoots himself out early, and then he'll make the cut or something. Yeah. Doesn't have the pressure on. Plays really well on the weekends, and he has a nice finish. But we haven't really seen him truly contend for a bit there. So we'll see. I think this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And this is a mental test for him. Let's see. At this point,
I'm excited.
It's all between the heads. The game is there. The game hasn't been better. This is the best he's had his game at. So right now, it's all on him. Can he quiet out the noise? Can he go out there and put it together? Can he beat Scotty? Can he beat Scotty? Can he beat Scotty? I'm hoping he doesn't.
Head to head. Have him and Scotty gone head to head in anything yet?
Not really in a major where it's just like them two.
Yeah,
that would be like must watch.
That would be phenomenal. The ratings
TV would be through the roof. And I think that this Masters I just have this feeling that this is going to be this is a big names Masters. The weather's not supposed to be an issue, so I don't think we're going to be seeing any of these guys unless you have these guys that just show up and don't play well. But for the most part, when you have good weather on this course, the cream rises to the top.
Yeah, because then it's not so much about, you got that early morning where it's been raining. And,
you got a bad draw or anything like that. We're supposed to have good weather, a little chilly in the morning, really nice out there.
Yeah, I think it's not supposed to be it's not supposed to be over 70 any day except for maybe on Friday. It's supposed to be like 72.
But I don't think it's supposed to get super cold either.
Oh, it's in the 50s. It's in the 50s. It's great.
So it's going to be nice out there. You have a little wind. So I think it's going to be a great test. The course is going to be the story this week,
as always.
And then we're going to see which of these big names can do it.
Let's talk about another big name, dude. Let's talk Jon Rahm. Let's talk about our boy, our Spanish hero, our beautiful man. He's a little bit under the radar right now. Which is wild. This guy won the Masters in 2023. He's an absolutely beast. He's at LIV now, so he's not been playing against the Scotties, the Rorys, not as competitive as a league as the PGA. These guys have already made their millions, so I don't know if they're playing to the intensity of these PGA guys are, but he is super consistent. We're talking about an incredible golfer. You couldn't talk about Scotty Scheffler and Rory without talking about Jon Rahm when it comes to being the best golfers in the world. This guy's incredible. I miss him on the PGA Tour. He's fun to watch. He's exciting. He's energetic. He comes in with a great game. He has the high ball flight that you look for. He has great touch around the greens, and he's great with his putter. Can handle the pressure? Absolutely. This guy's already won it in 2023. I like him a lot here. We know that these Spanish players do pretty well at the Masters. We have Seve, we have Sergio. Rahm already won. Can we see him do it again? I'm super excited. How do you feel about Rahm?
Yeah, man, he's been the one of these forgotten names that we haven't you don't hear a lot about this week, but he's playing pretty good. I know we've talked about in the past how he's been in golf purgatory over there in Live. Last year, he didn't have a good major year. I think the transition going from the PGA to Live last year, and then he had some injuries, didn't play in the U.S. Open, so it was just an off year for him. But he's played well on Live. I know that doesn't mean much because the competition is different, but I don't think he's finished outside of the top 10. I was at Live's this past week here in Miami, and I watched him play. Guy looks great. He was in second in the last group. That was a hard golf course. That it was impressive to just watch these guys. It looked like a U.S. Open out there. So kudos to the Blue Monster. That was fun to watch. But I think this is a guy that's going to go out there and he's got something to prove. I think this year, this major season, this is a guy that cares about his legacy, cares about being the next great Spanish golfer is a big deal to him. We saw how much it meant to him when he won the last Masters, and then he went to Live. He got his money and all that. I think he loves the competition. He wants to be back playing with on this stage with against the best players. This is what drives him. This is what fuels him. And look, he's healthy, so I think you're gonna get the right version of Rahm, and it would not surprise me at all if he's the guy to win at the end of the week. I already got a ticket on him at 13-1. I think that's pretty good value from a betting perspective. If you're talking comparing him to the other guys, Rory and Scotty,
Zero
which
value.
basically has zero value. And this is a guy that normally is right up there with them. This is a name that he's just as good and at times been better than both of these guys. I'm betting him, and I won't be surprised if he's the winner at the end of this either.
Yeah. Let's be real. If Jon Rahm was playing the PGA, this guy would be top 3 golfer in the world right now. Like he would get all the points. He would have all the earnings. He's an incredible golfer. Obviously, he's absolutely somebody you should be watching.
Yeah. And you can get him at significantly better odds than Rory and Scotty right now, who's gotten a ton of steam. So from a betting standpoint, I think get him now, and his line may move too because people may start talking about him, and it may go down. We saw Rory's already go from 9 or 10-1 to 6-1.
Yeah. I
Bet
got
him now early in the week.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 other guys I want to talk about. My 2 top ones here. You got Colin Morikawa coming in. He's somebody that you should be checking out. He's been playing great, putting together 3 straight top 10 spots in Augusta. He was tied for 3rd last year in 2024. He's right in the mix on Sunday. He's been very consistent recently. He has a can't close problem, which I think that's more mental than anything. He's not been able to win out some tournaments, but he's been very close. 1 stroke, 2 strokes back max. He's been very good. The other name I want to talk about is our buddy Xander. Man, I love Xander. I think he's one of those guys who's just been a beast. Talk about a major champion. He really shows up. He won the 2024 PGA champion. He won the 2024 Open champion at Royal Troon, which was a super tough tournament. That's 2 majors in 1 year. He's great. He has everything you need to in the bag to win in this tournament. His Masters record, he has never been less than top 30, I believe, with 5 top 10s. I think he's a really fun bet to watch. He was the guy who was going down with Tiger in 2019, who Tiger ended up beating, right? Xander's an absolute player. I think he's a lot of fun to watch. Those are my next 2 guys. If we're talking those, let's say those are the top 3 that we talked to, I feel like these guys are right there competing with them as well. How do you feel about them?
Yeah, I'll start with Colin. That's a guy that, for whatever reason, and we talked about it last week, he's top of the stat sheets and strokes gained in all the ball striking categories. He's been a machine this year, but we've seen this weird thing come up with him because it's not like a permanent thing because the guy's a multi-major winner. So I don't understand why he's gone through this thing where now he gets in the final group and he doesn't really close it out or for whatever. Yeah, it's not going to surprise me to be in the mix. I don't actually have him. I don't have a ticket on him to win, but I think he's a great top 10 bet. We've seen him do that all the time. I think you can get him at top 10. I have him at plus 190 or something like that, 195. So I already have a ticket for a top 10 with him. But the one I do is Xander. I think now this is one that I love.
That's a great value pick. He's a great value pick too. 21.
I think so. I think Xander is the best value on the board right now. I don't think it's even close.
Yeah.
I wasn't earlier this year. I talked about I was a little bit off on him because of his injury and he seemed lost. But that seems to have worked itself out. He's healthy. He seems to be comfortable with his game again. And if he's in form, this guy he wins the Masters. He'll have won 3 of the last 4 majors.
Yeah. Oh,
Not in the
wow.
last 4 years, 3 of the last 4.
4 majors straight.
We're talking like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking like this guy has been. Months ago, this guy was unbeatable. He won 2 majors, so
Yeah.
we've seen him. He plays well out here. He's got the game for it. His short game is great. He putts the hell out of the ball, and right now his odds are off because I think his odds are bad right now. It's great value. I don't know how else to say it.
He had an injury. He had a rib injury earlier.
And it's because of the injury. It's because he had that injury. He was coming back. You haven't seen him in great form, so he's fallen under the radar. But if you've been following golf, you know that he's healthy again. And yeah, even though he may not have had some of the finishes that you want to see leading up to the Masters, anyone that follows golf knows that this place, some guys just show up here and the switch flips.
It's different.
It's different. And we've seen him play here multiple times now for a few years, play some of his best golf. I got a pretty heavy Xander ticket. I recently, like over the last 3 days, have become pretty bullish on it. I love it. I think it's the best value out there. Yeah, give me all the Xander that I can get right now.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. I love everything you said about Xander. I have 3 guys also that I want people to just check out on. I don't know if these guys are going to win it, but they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. One of them, you're going to be surprised about the guy I'm going to say. I'm going to talk about the golden boy here. Jordan Spieth, 2015 Masters champion. Always gets attention when he's here. We're talking about a previous Masters winner playing at the Masters. People are going to talk about him. Jordan missed the cut last year and in 2023, but he's had like really nice flashes this year. He tied for 12 in Texas last week, and he's playing a little bit better. Now, what I love about Jordan Spieth, it's feast or famine. Right, he's either playing really well or he's looking like Javi on a booze round on Sunday. It's really bad. He'll start throwing clubs. People are ducking from the balls flying at him. I love watching him play. I don't think he's gonna win it, but I would love to see like a top 10 finish from Jordan Spieth this year. I think it'll be a lot of fun to watch. The other guy I want to talk about, obviously, I've been super high on him. I think he actually might really be competitive on Sunday. JT, Justin Thomas. I think he's been playing really well, really consistent. His game looks special this year. Short game also playing. Short game's been playing really well. Found some consistency. He's another guy, great value, 24-1. If he can solve those greens and watch out, he's one of those elite players, under 32, very young, who hasn't won a Masters yet. That's hungry for it. Another guy, super young, very young. Second year playing the Masters. Give me Aberg, the Swedish phenom. Hardcore fans know this name by now. We talk about him pretty much every tournament that he plays in. We like him to win it. He's nearly won the Masters as a rookie last year. He finished solo second in 24, which is like an incredible feat just to come into the Masters and basically destroy the field at second. He just went against an incredible Scotty Scheffler, right? I think he's a future world number 1. His driver's world class. His long irons are incredible. His putting's been great. He's just young, right? That's the only thing. I would love him as a top 5 bet. To win it, it's harder because you're playing against these. I feel like you're right. This is going to be a hyper competitive field this year. But I like him a lot. I think he's really good. He's really good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Let me jump into this.
I know. I went 3. I did. I went in big.
No, but there are 3 names that I love.
3 guys that you need to watch, right? There are 3 guys that you want to on Thursday. Watch off the tee time.
Yeah, these are the guys you watch your featured groups on Thursday and Friday. These are the guys you watch Thursday, Friday in the featured groups that you're gonna follow because Spieth and JT. These are your American boys. Spieth. Yeah, he's trending better. This is a course that he can play well at. We've seen him, the stuff he's done here. He's done some magical things there. His game's been a mess for the last few years. This is definitely the best year he's had in a while. His game's trending. My concern with him is, can he do it? You've seen spurts of him playing. His game is good enough to play some good rounds here. I just don't know if he could do 4 straight rounds. I know mentally he's a multi-time major champion winner, so mentally it's not a problem. He knows how to play his course. He knows where to miss, the whole thing. It's just his problem's been he has these rounds where he can't keep the ball on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Is he going to be? It's just the truth, man. We've seen this. We've seen it.
Yeah.
This guy all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're just like, what the hell? He's going
I
along
know.
3-4 birdies, and then boom, triple. What?
He's on the other hole.
And then you see how he made the triple, and you just left scratching your head. He looked like me out there. Like, how do you hit the ball that far offline? So I'm worried with him. Can he do it for 4 rounds? I'm not sure yet, but he's fun to put a sprinkle on. Yeah, put something on.
What year was it that he had that meltdown hole that he shot like a quadruple bogey?
2016, maybe. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. We were all in on Spieth, and this dude just collapsed on 16.
Dude.
The nightmare
Demons,
at Golden
dude.
Bell.
Demons.
Oh my God! Which I'm still upset about because he gave us that. It's Spieth's fault. He gave us probably the worst Masters champ of all time, Danny Willett. Nobody knew anything about this guy. Like that guy was just handed a green jacket. Unbelievable.
Poor guy. Dude.
What a disaster. Yeah, look, he's fun. You
gotta watch him. You gotta watch him.
I'll have a taste. Of him on my betting card, just because he's the golden boy. Why not?
He's your buddy.
You know?
He's your American boy.
But now let's go to his bud buddy, who I'm definitely high on. You know, I'm a JT. I'm a JT lover. That's my guy.
JT's our friend of the pod. We all love JT in this one.
I love me some JT. Ride hard for him. I do got a ticket on him this year, and I'm hearing a lot of people are picking him this week. I would love to see him do it. This is the best his game has been for a while. It's just going to be, can he close? If he gets in contention, we've seen that trend this year with him. He gets himself in contention, can't close on Sundays. We saw what happened with was the Valspar with Hovland. So we'll see. Also, his track record here isn't great. We've seen him do these crazy rounds on Friday where he misses the cut, he blows up. This is a tournament that I think it means a lot to him. He puts a lot of pressure on himself, and it's crumbled him. So let's see. I would love to see it. I got a pretty fat JT ticket, and his 24-1. Those are nice odds. I want to see it happen. Will it happen? I don't know. I'll be rooting for it. I'll be rooting hard for it.
I would love to see JT in a green jacket, man. I think he deserves it. He's been playing great.
I think he'll be a great champion. So I'm here for it. And then Aberg, I've been saying that all year.
Yeah.
I've had a ticket on him since the beginning of the year. I think he's going to win a major this year. We haven't seen his form. I was hoping that his number would come up a little bit, especially with like missing the cut last week and things like that. But look, this is a guy that, again, I don't put too much emphasis on the form they've been in coming into this week. These guys are pros. They do everything all year. They plan their schedules around peaking this week, starting this week. I could see him, if he's in form, he's going to be in the mix. And I think this guy is one of the biggest names for the future of golf right now. This guy's going to be an animal. And it's not going to shock a single person if Aberg is there on Sunday and wins it.
Yeah, again, his first time ever playing Augusta was tied for second. That's an incredible feat, right? That's so hard to do. We've seen pros absolutely collapse at Augusta. It's so hard, so difficult. I know last year's Masters was a lot of fun, but to see Aberg really pull through, I would like to see it. I think he's the future of golf. All right, so rounding out the top tier here, I have 3-4 more names. I'm not going to talk much about them. We talk about them all the time. Hovland, we got to talk about him because our buddy Hondo here might have a conniption if we don't talk about him. Obviously, he's great. He's got all the talent in the world. If he puts everything together, it'll be a lot of fun to see him. He did win in Tampa a few weeks ago, but he's been up and down. The boomer bust guy like Spieth, a little bit everywhere. You also have Brooks Koepka. Talk about an incredible golfer, right? He was your guy last year. Am I right? Was it last year or the year before?
The last 5 years, dude.
Okay, so that's your boy.
I won so much. I've been winning money on that guy for majors for years, and I bet him. I already bet him this week too.
This is the only thing he cares about is the majors, especially the Masters. This is what Brooks Koepka plays golf to do, is to win in these big tournaments. LIV guy, obviously. The other one I want to talk about is Cam Smith. When this guy went to LIV, he was probably one of the best golfers in the country or in the entire world. He's great. Australian, creative. He's got a nice short game. He is perfect. He's one of these perfect putters, right? Watching him putt is a beautiful thing. If he's in the mix on Sunday, that mullet is going to be swinging in the wind, and he'll be a lot of fun to watch. I think those names that you also have Bryson. Sorry, I should have said Bryson. I don't love Bryson as much as everybody does. especially in this course. I don't think this is a big bombers course. This is somebody who needs a lot of touch. Not saying that Bryson doesn't, but this is a tough course to really do well at. Bryson, I think he's too busy YouTubing to really practice this type of course. But you tell me, how do you feel about these four, at least in the top tier, or do you think I missed anybody that deserves to be in here?
No, I think some of those guys that you mentioned are, these were the guys that were missing that I think we need to talk about. The one guy I do think that deserves to be spoken about, and I think he's going to be in the mix and up there that you spoke about is Bryson. I personally think that Bryson, this guy's playing good. I was at LIV last week. I saw him play. He did not play well on Sunday, but again, that course is just
Brutal.
it's a monster. He shot 4 over with 2 doubles, and that course just kills you, especially in the wind. But this is a guy, he finished 6th last year. Statistically, he hasn't played well here. And I personally think he's a little bit cursed because he called it a par 68.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I think Augusta National may just never, the course, the golf gods, the ghosts of Augusta, they're just not going to let him win. They're going to be like, hey, buddy, you're never winning this.
The members are going to take him out on 18.
Not even this, bro. Just the course itself. Like, you don't talk about the course that way. The course itself, you should be like, yeah, par 68 this, buddy. But look, he's been one of the best golfers in the world. Say what you want about him. The guy's been playing great golf. I think I'm gonna have a ticket on him, and it's not gonna shock me if he's in the mix. I actually expect him. He's one of the guys that I expect to be up there. I expect him to play well this week, but we'll see. It's very hit or miss with him here at the Masters. We saw him last year. He did great. Finished 6th. 2 years before that, he was a hot mess.
Yeah.
See, it's a different Bryson now. But what were the other guys you had talked about?
Oh, I said for those guys, I said Hovland, Koepka, Cam Smith, and Bryson were the.
I got a great Koepka story for you here.
Go for it.
So last week, I went on Sunday, but the night before, I got a text message from Hondo, who was at the Heat game with one of our buddies. And I'm here. It's Saturday night. I'm here at the Heat game. And Brooks is here just sending it with his brother.
Of course.
Brooks was just there. Obviously, he was like, he wasn't out of it, but he wasn't really in it because of how low you have to shoot you would have to shoot. And that just probably wasn't going to happen at the Blue Monster, especially with how hard that course was. But apparently, like, he was just there, just getting smashed with his brother. Right. So it's all great. So then we go out there. I go out there on Sunday with Hondo. We went to LIV together. And we're walking up one. We just get there. It just started. We're trying to catch up to the Bryson, Phil, Sergio, like Rahm groups that were on 1 and 2. And Brooks had teed off on 17, 18. And we see Brooks walking down 18 fairway, and he's got his driver in his hand. He's just got this quick walk and this just look about him. And we check the score real quick. Dude goes out, a double on his first hole, bogey on his second hole. And this guy had the walk of, I'm so hungover, get me the fuck out of here.
F alone, dude. I do not want to talk to you.
He couldn't have been more checked out and just get me to Augusta now, dude. This guy was just.
That's the type of energy I want to see my golfers.
We were just laughing because we were the only ones that knew that. It was just by chance Hondo saw him like there at the game. They were in like the lounge in the same lounge, and he was there with his brother. I think it was his brother, just having a good time. So it was just super funny to see. And then we saw him play a few holes, and you could just tell his game was good. He's hitting it well. He did do some good things there towards the end of the round, but you could just tell that front nine, he was just hungover.
We've all been there. Dude,
this sucks. Super funny. But look, him, the only thing that matters is the Masters, the majors, especially the Masters. This one means a lot to him. He really wants this one. He's talked about it. We saw him talk about it in full swing in season 1, how this is the one that he really wants the most. We've seen it. We saw him get really close the last time and piss it away and lose it to Rahm on Sunday. Last year, we didn't really see a good version of him. His game has been a little better this year. He's had spurts, but again, this is a guy that he struggled to care on the PGA, so I don't see him caring much more when he's on LIV. And especially lately, if you listen to his comments, like he's the one guy that he's in a contract here with LIV. I think he's gone. I think he's going to the PGA. Just the things he's saying. He wants back on tour. He's got his money. He wants to go compete again. I don't know. It's just, is he going to flip the switch or not this week? So I got a ticket on him just because I bet him. He's won me so much money in majors that I always put a little something on him. So I have a ticket on him. And then Hovland's another guy that Hondo's getting me on the bandwagon. This guy in his press conference today was talking about quoting Eminem.
Oh, he's
And
in it. He's in it. Monster
Hondo sent
Spaghetti.
me Hondo sent me a pod of him talking to him on a podcast talking about aliens. This guy is just like Hondo said, he's back. He's just, and when he's in that mode, not thinking about his golf swing and changing coaches 97 times, we've seen what he can do. I don't know. I don't have a bet on him.
Switching clubs though, so he's thinking something.
Yeah, but the club switching is not so much. That's not so much a big deal because he's just switching to the newer equipment. Sometimes it takes these pros. Okay. They'll keep last year's stuff in the bag for a while throughout the season, and then they'll be practicing with the new one. They just don't put it in the tournament.
And then when he wants to use it,
and then once they feel comfortable with it, they'll put it into place. So I'm not too worried about that, especially with how these drivers are so dialed in. I'm fine with it. Yeah, there's a guy that we see. Yeah, he's a stud.
He's a stud. So when
we've seen him play, we've seen him be the best in the world before.
Exactly.
There was a stretch where he was the best player on the planet. We know he has the game. Is he gonna show up or not? Yeah.
All these guys we talked about, I feel like they're top tiers. Nobody'd be surprised if any of those guys win it. I do want to talk about, before we keep going, I do want to talk about how there's a few value picks here that I think we should look at. We named all the big ones, but there's guys like, look, Shane Lowry's out there. He's a fun little bet to put on. Maybe not a top, maybe not a.
Shane Lowry's been having a great year too.
Yeah.
It would not shock me if he wins another major this year. Call it the Masters. Yeah. Sure, go for it. Put a little sprinkle on him. Why not?
Yeah, this guy won in the Open. Like he's been here before. He's been close at the Masters. I think he was in 2022. He was top 3. He was tied for 3rd. So he's really good. Sepp Straka, another one. He's been on an absolute tear this year. He's had 10 starts, 6 top 15s, and a win at the American Express. He's a University of Georgia alum. This would be so much fun to see.
Dude, and his odds, he's
75.
80 to 1 in some places.
Yeah.
And
to see a Georgia Bulldog potentially
a lot of the numbers guys, the guys that love the stats and stuff that talk about how this course, most of Chambly talk about it all the time. Yeah. How this course, it's specifically from 175 to 200. That's the money yardage. That's where you're gonna have the most of the shots. You know, the players that are best at that. Sepp Straka is like the best at that. Yeah. He's up there. If he's not the best, he's one of the top. He's one of the top 3 in that statistic. And at those odds, you get him at 80 to 1. Sure, why not? That's a great value. Yeah.
Another guy here at a value, Corey Connors, man. I know he's not the sexiest name we ever talked about, but this guy has 3 top 10 finishes here in the last 5 years with the top 6 1 year. The guy's a Canadian ball striking machine. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he's the really same story of Sepp Straka, man. The same thing. These are the guys that they tend to do well here because they're just those ball striking machines. And statistically, from that 175, 200 mark, they're machines. Yeah. I don't know if Corey Connors has the chops to win a major. That's I feel like that's a stretch, but that's the thing. I love a top 10 on him.
Yeah.
Put a top 10 on him, top 10 on Straka, or top 20 on both of those, just to get a little side action going. Those I like.
Here's a fun one. You'll probably get him at great value too. Tyrrell Hatton. This guy was one of the top 10 golfers in the world back in January, but he's been playing great. He cracked the top 10 at the Masters last year, tied for 9. I think he's one of those problems. You talk about how Bryson made fun of Augusta. He jokingly made fun about Augusta 1 year, and I think it's going to bite him in the butt for the rest of his entire career. He has the patience. Sorry. Does he have the patience to win the Masters? Absolutely not. But could he contend? Probably. A top 10 finish? I could see that from him. Check that out. And then I have one more that
just mic him up, dude. Just mic this guy up and let us just listen to him.
Let's watch him, dude.
This guy is gold on the mic. It's
great.
So funny. The things that guy says.
He's great.
Hysterical.
Another guy that's
self-deprecating.
So the Masters, we talk about it in the Masters. It's a lot of tradition, a lot about the course. One guy who I would really love to see, maybe I don't think he's going to win it. I don't even think he's going to be a top 10, but a top 20 finish. And we talked about him a little bit before. He's a Spanish man. This is one guy that I loved when I was a kid and just getting into golf. Used to compete with Tiger Woods all the time. Give me Sergio Garcia for a top 20 finish, man. I really like the way he's playing. I think he's really matured in his game. Talk about an energy on the golf course. He has it. Same thing with Adam Scott, another guy. Super long shot to win it, right? But a top 20 finish here would be a lot of fun to see from these older guys that they're just gonna put in a different type of game than we're talking about. Not winning. I don't think these guys could win it. They might, but I don't think they can. But just fun to see. Any guys like that you consider in like that mid to low range that are fun bets that you could think of?
You took one from me, which was Sergio. So I had three guys that I like in this range, and it's purely just I'm on them because I went to go watch them this past week. They're three live guys. This is all just eye test. I watched them play. I was shocked by the form they were in. They looked really good. Sergio was one. He's had an incredible year. He's won on live. He's been in contention multiple times. This guy, at this point, he might be just a shoo-in for the Ryder Cup at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know how the Euros are going to have a tough. If he keeps playing like this, they're going to have a tough time leaving him off the team. So I love him. I love a top 20 bet on him. I already placed it. You can get him at plus 200. That's one guy that I saw, and it wouldn't shock me to see him put his name in the mix. But I definitely have him there. He looked really good this past week playing on a very hard golf course. And then another guy these are two names that people are going to be like, wow, Hav, really going out there. But the one guy that I love now, he's my sleeper pick. I'm betting him to win just because I think people's heads will melt down. I'm betting him top 10 and top 20 just for fun, man. Just because I saw him and he was so fun to watch.
Don't say it. Oh
Phil,
no,
baby.
I thought we were going somewhere else. No, not Phil.
Phil, baby. Give me Phil. He was in the last group. He looks good, man. He looks really good. He blew me away. I was like pretty shocked. Like this guy, he looked young, vibrant, and he was playing well. Guy looks in shape. His game looked good. And he's the people's champ.
The people's champ.
And I would just love, could you imagine a 50-year-old Phil winning the Masters? Like
No.
people's head, Brando Chambly's head would explode. He wouldn't know what to do.
He was it? He won the U.S. Open in 2022. What was it? The U.S. or the
PGA? PGA. He's never won a U.S. Open.
That's right.
But and this is a guy that look, man. Like we saw him. He played. What was it? 2 years ago. He finished like fourth or something like that. Yeah. He guys won 3 green jackets. He knows how to play his course. If he's in good form and he's feeling good and he goes out there, we could see some Phil magic, and that would just be so fun to watch. That would be ridiculous. So I'm putting that. Just put a flyer on him. He's like plus like 10,000.
I love it, dude. I would love to see Phil in contention on Sunday.
It's so fun. And then the other one is I got a top 20 on him. He also looked good. No one likes him, but Pat Reed. Give me Patrick. I know, not fun.
I don't even like saying his name.
No. But again, this is a pure gambler's play. This is just he's a
money in the bank.
Former champion. He's playing well. I watched him. I saw him. He was in the Rahm group. I saw him play a little bit this past week. He looks good. He's hitting the ball well.
That's like when I picked Cantley for our major foursome. Like obviously I don't love Patrick Cantley, but he does well in the majors. I don't know what to tell you. He's pretty consistent top 20. Like he's
this guy. He's a great drawer. He's a drawer of the ball, so that fits right in with Augusta. And he's a dog. Give me a top 20. You get some decent odds on that. But that's just purely just a gambler's play. That's a money play.
You know what I like too as a bet? U.S.
Feels
amateur
dirty.
low. Give me Jose Luis Ballesteros from Spain, the guy who just won the U.S. champion. I like him as the low amateur this year.
Yeah, it feels like the amateur is kind of like the weakest crop of amateurs we've had. But yeah,
I think he's very good though. I think you're going to see this guy in the PGA.
If you're going to bet, I always like betting the low am. Who's going to be the low am? And yeah, I like that play too.
Yeah. Could I mention like a wild sleeper pick, maybe for a top 20 finish? Give me Captain America. Give me Keegan Bradley, the new cap.
Hey, why not?
You know what I'm saying?
Former major champ, hits the ball high. The stage won't be too big for him.
Just a top 20. I'm not saying he'll win it. He's not going to win it.
Yeah, I could see him play well. Why not?
It would be great for the Ryder Cup. It would be great vibes.
Oh, I forgot. One that I actually put in last week also. He's shown multiple signs of life again. I don't know if it's going to translate to this week, but DJ is not.
That's surprising.
Last year, DJ looked like he wanted to never play golf again. This dude was shooting 78s.
Yes.
He wasn't even playing well at LIV. And we've seen him. I don't know. We don't get any reports on him or anything like that. So I don't know if he was injured or what was going on or what.
He was alive.
He was really bad last year. This guy is shown signs of life. He earlier this year he shot like a 62, 63, and then he was in the mix. He was in the mix. He was leading for the first couple. He was leading for 2 days there. He was in the second to last group in at LIV in Miami. It's a hard golf course. He would have been in the final group, except he made a triple on 18, which that's not surprising. That hole was just a beast this past week. Look, 75 to 1. Why not?
Yeah.
Would anyone be shit? He's one of those guys that, he's 75 to 1. Put half a unit on him, maybe a unit. Why not? Whatever. Put $10 on him. Whatever you want to put, just put something, because he's one of those guys that if he goes out there and he's playing well, like no one's going to be shocked. Oh shit, look, there's DJ. Guy was dominant. So
listen, before we get off all these picks, I want your favorite bet of the weekend right now. What is it?
Rory missed the cut plus 600.
I was gonna say Scotty Scheffler to win it, because that's almost gonna happen. That's almost guaranteed.
My favorite bet, and what stance? Just the one that I want the most.
Your favorite, like the one that you want the most, the one that you think has actually the best chances of like hitting, even if it's a long shot.
I'm not gonna go with Scotty because that's too easy. I'm gonna go with Xander's the best bet. I'm sticking by that.
I agree
Xander's
with you.
The best bet. That's the best bet. The one I want the most, JT.
Dude, you took the words out of my mouth. I agree with you. I think Xander's a great value bet. A lot of fun to watch. The one I really want to happen is JT to win the Masters. I think that'll be great for us.
I don't know why, but that's just those are the
it would be
two
bad for it would be bad for our little draft thing, but it would be fun to see.
Yeah, it'd be great for me. Those are both my guys.
Yeah, both of you guys to win it. I know. Augusta National, the course is probably as much as a character as any golfer that's going to be playing on it. Let's talk a few things about the course right now. Amen Corner, number 13, iconic, right? That visual of 13 in Amon's Corner was awesome. It was lengthened by 35 yards in 2023. It went from like about 510 to 545. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it completely changes how players approach this green. The whole risk reward nature of 13 going for the green and 2 over the creek is slightly tweaked right now. Players can't just bomb a huge driver around the corner and have a mid-iron shot. A lot of these guys are going to be facing a long iron, even a fairway wood to get there on that second shot now. This is a hole that hasn't been eagled in the last few years. Wasn't eagled at all last year. As a course, obviously, Augusta is probably the most famous after St. Andrews, maybe, in golf. What do you feel about the course itself with these players? How do you think it's going to affect them every year by year? They're constantly changing it. They don't let anybody know what's going on. How do you feel about that?
Look, I don't question anything they do. This golf course is basically perfect. It's always the story. I think this year it's going to be highlighted even more. It's going to be a bigger story just because, like we said, weather should be good. It shouldn't be a factor. So I think that's just going to highlight the course. We saw, like you were talking about, 13, as far as 13 goes. Yeah, it sucked the last year that they lengthened it because you saw basically nobody went for it. But that was because we had that crazy weather. It was freezing. Balls weren't going anywhere. So just you saw almost no one go for it. So it'll be interesting to see this year how that whole plays, because I think that takes away a little bit if guys aren't going for that. That was one of the magical things about Augusta was you had the par 3 Golden Bell 12. We all know that's
what was it, the nightmare on Golden Bell that you talked about?
Yeah, for Spieth. But we've seen that's probably the most famous par 3 in the world. It's a perfect hole. Then you see 13 and 15 were the 2 par 5s. This is where you saw all the magic would happen on these back nines Sunday at Augusta, the runs and all the famous eagles and bogeys and stuff from people going for it and not pulling it off. So I hope that, I know that they had to lengthen it just because it was getting ridiculous. Guys, if you bombed it over the corner, you had like short iron in. It was circa Tiger in 97 where he was hitting pitching wedge into these par 5s. So I'm hoping that this year we do see some more guys go for it. We see some more eagles. I like the fact that they're trying to get it back to the way it was supposed to be played. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get it back to, like you said, where these guys have to hit a 4 iron, a 5 iron, something like that into this hole, even some sort of fairway metal into this par 5. But last year, just because of the conditions, we didn't see that at all. Nobody went for it. Yeah. So I'm hoping this year we see more of that. We see some fireworks. Give me some eagles. Give
Yeah.
me some bogeys. Give me a bunch of birdies. Look, this course is always the story
Yeah.
every year. Like,
So
it's
one of
perfect.
the reasons I'm so excited about going to the Masters is because watching it on TV and actually walking the grounds is a completely different experience where you actually could walk up and really see the shots from a golfer's perspective, right? And there's holes like hole number 2, which is a like great scoring hole. It's a par 5. This is one of those holes where you want to score. If the field is scoring high, hole 2 matters a lot, right? Hole 7 is a fun one. That's a great one to see, like how people are hitting their irons. Hole 10 is a great tee shot to watch off, sweeping dog leg left. And then I'm excited to see is hole 16, that par 3 that has got. I just feel like it's got a lot of history to it.
Of
A lot.
course.
It's where like Tiger made that chip in 2005.
It's
I'm very excited.
2019 where he almost made the hole in one. He made that birdie where it
Yeah,
trickled all the way down. Look, that back nine. It's we can go hole by hole for the entire course,
yeah.
but that back nine especially is just it's incredible. So yeah, I'm so jealous of you to go see it. Everyone that's gone has told me the same thing. Seeing it on TV, it looks beautiful, but it doesn't do it justice. It's so much more impressive when you're there and you can actually see the severity of these slopes and how drastic they are. Like I hear like the approach shot on 9, like that is apparently like you're straight downhill and you're hitting to a green that's like this. So just to really to see those, you don't notice that on TV, but to go see that in person, that's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm very jealous of you.
one of the
Very
things is
jealous.
like I don't know where to post up, right? Like, I don't know what I want to see. Obviously, 18 is like a common one, right? People like to post up at 18 because they're expecting like a final on
Well, you're gonna be there.
Sunday.
You're gonna be there 2 days, right?
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. So I'll be
So
there.
the first day, if I were you, dude, I'd walk the
I'm walking the course. Yeah,
walk the
yeah,
whole course. It's going to be a bitch. It's a tough walk, but dude, walk the whole course. You're at Augusta, walk
yeah,
every single hole
yeah,
so you got to do it. You're
yeah,
there. You
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And
I'm
then
gonna.
once you walk the whole course, you watch players as you're walking the whole course or whatever. Then go post up. Don't you have
Yeah, yeah.
special
We
passes,
got a
whatever?
special pass. We're gonna be in a fancy little section there. Question: when
Then
do
go
they
there.
post the times for the tee times? Probably tomorrow, right? Tomorrow would be Wednesday.
No, I think they'll post the times. They should come out later today.
Today, before the Champions Dinner.
Yeah, the tea times for Thursday, Friday at least.
Okay, yeah, obviously. Oh, I guess
Yeah,
it
it'll be
doesn't
Thursday,
matter.
Friday.
It doesn't matter.
You
You're right.
won't you
You're
won't
right.
know Saturday until Friday.
You're right. I would love to
Friday night.
see what I'm thinking about doing is maybe following like my favorite player if he's early enough and just walking with him and then go back and see the other players. Ideally, in a perfect world, he's up on top and then I come back around and see somebody else play. I'm super excited. I know 18 is like a common one. Obviously, Holly is like a super famous course. A lot of things happen there. DJ making a 3-putt, but it doesn't matter because he had a 5-shot lead, and Scheffler last year didn't even matter what he did either. But I want to see the entire course and want to post up somewhere. 18 is only fun if it comes down to a full contention on Sunday. But if there's obviously more competitive
Yeah.
holes out there.
If you're gonna post up somewhere on Sunday,
Sa-
if you're trying to find a site, or even Saturday,
Amon's Corner, right?
like we're talking about, somewhere around Amon's Corner, 12,
Even 15.
11,
Even 15.
11, 12, 13, 15, one of those holes
Yeah.
around
Uh,
there. Those are the big dogs there.
Listen, the Masters, if it's nothing, if it's rich in history and tradition, and Augusta National is part of that. Obviously, there's so many traditions, so many rules. What do you think is the most wild rule that they have in Augusta right now?
Wild rule.
Like the one that like it's almost nonsensical.
I love the no phone rule. I think that's incredible.
I think that's fine.
I
It
think
doesn't
that's a
bother me.
beautiful rule. The no running one is fun. It's funny to see because you see all these
Those
spectators
power
like,
walkers.
power walk, trying to walk like as fast as they can without running, so they don't get yelled at.
I think the no backwards cap one is wild.
The no backwards cap, that's fun too.
That's a wild rule to have. Like, kind of goggle. Hey, you're a patron here. You're not a fan. Put your cap
Yeah.
on.
By the way, okay, so I'll give you one. I don't know, but the Masters basically they basically give the TV rights to CBS.
Okay.
Like they don't get any money from that. Like CBS gets the rights. Like they
The
just
TV
give it
rights. Okay.
the TV rights. But what they do is they say, okay, you want the rights? We'll give them to you. Don't pay us anything, but these are the rules. They can't call, if you notice, they can't refer to on TV. You cannot refer to fans as fans. It's patrons only. If you notice, they're always called the patrons. No fan is, yeah, they're all called patrons. You can't call it the rough. It's only the second cut.
Oh boy.
Yeah, if you notice when you watch on TV, they always call it the second cut. They don't call it the
Oh
rough.
my! I haven't noticed that. I'm so excited.
It's the second cut. The fans are only referred to as patrons, and this is why the Masters has the best TV coverage. Is because they say that they can only air 4 minutes of commercials per every hour.
No way. That's not true.
That's why there's watch the Masters, dude. That's why we have the most coverage for the Masters. It's the best.
Is that true?
Yeah. It's like per every hour they can only do 4 minutes.
So it's
ads.
hard because the last 2 years I've watched it on the app that has no commercials.
Yeah, so when you watch on Sunday or whatever, you're watching the main feed. There's barely any commercials on Sunday and Saturday. It's because of that. They're
pretty
allowed.
Cool.
And that's why you get all those like random still shots of the flowers for a minute because these dudes got to go to the bathroom or something. They can't take a commercial break.
I'm so excited, man. I'm really excited for the Masters. Make sure you guys like and follow. Make sure you guys check us out. I'm going to try to do videos throughout the Masters at night, at least when I'm done with the rounds. I'm getting there Friday, so I'll be there.
Little video log.
Little recap. So I'll be there Friday. I'll be there all day Saturday and Sunday as well. So Sunday is basically a recap of the entire Masters. But I want to talk about more than anything is like the experience of the Masters. What are people wearing? What are people doing? The clubhouse, the pro shop, all that stuff like that. I know there's 1,000 videos, but mine's gonna be better. But you watch, and I'm just super excited, man. I'm the only thing that has me nervous is I feel like in a stupor of mine, I'm gonna flip my cap backwards, and somehow I'm gonna get kicked out just because that's a natural thing I do. Is I flip my cap backwards, and I'm gonna get kicked out of the Masters, and they'll never let me back in my entire life. That's my fear for the weekend.
They kick you out, but I think
I don't know, Javi. I don't know. I'm terrified.
Turn that hat around,
or you're out. You fat bastard. We don't like fat people here. Get out of here. What's your handicap?
No,
please don't ask me that.
Nah, dude, there's a bunch of fat white men that are members there. They're not going to discriminate against the big guys.
Yeah, but they have 2 handicaps. You know what I'm saying? They have 5 handicaps or whatever.
No, they don't. They don't.
No,
they're just snobby white guys.
Do you think
who don't wear their hat backwards?
Here's a question for you. Do you think members at Augusta are naturally better at golf than most people because they play at Augusta all the time?
No. I think members at Augusta are just very rich elites.
Okay. All right.
That's it. Some may be good. Sure.
But like, I feel like if you're playing at Augusta and like that's your course, okay, this is my club course. This is where I play. To be fair, most of these people don't live in Augusta. They're probably not playing Augusta all the time.
No, for sure not.
Augusta's as a city.
You take your private jet and you go to Augusta to play.
Yeah.
That's what the members do.
On their beautiful green jackets. I'm super excited, man. One thing we didn't mention, Champions Dinner, Scotty Scheffler. Great menu. I think as a second Masters dinner menu, this is about as good as you could get as a boy from Texas. I love the chili. I love the sea bass. I love the firecracker shrimp. I love
very similar to last year's menu. He's a simple guy.
He's a simple guy, dude. He's a chill
guy.
I
did the ravioli bites that he put on there, which is that's the one that he cut his hand making earlier around Christmas.
Papa Chef, baby. Papa Chef's meatballs.
Where he sliced his hand open. I like it.
I think it's a cool dinner. I do love the fact that these guys all get together, all these previous Masters winners get together, enjoy a meal right before they go play. I guess not all of them play tomorrow for that par 3 tournament, but still a lot of fun to watch.
Who wouldn't have a good Masters Champions dinner menu?
Who?
Rory. I guarantee it.
It'll be like
I don't know if
corned beef and hash.
He can't serve English food because that's Irish food because that stuff is horrible.
That's not. They have like potato, like meat and potato folk. It's good.
Come on, get out of here. What are they like shepherd's pie? What are you gonna serve, dude?
I don't know. You got what's that? Irish bread.
I rest my case. Awful Champions dinner.
No, that's not true. That you get like stews and
awful Champions dinner.
Who wait, didn't like Tiger Woods once have grilled cheeses or something? Like it was like a hamburger.
He had cheeseburgers and hot dogs, and he did it because everyone was like, he won as a kid. So he's like, yeah, you guys want to keep calling me again? Fuck you. We're going to have it.
Is that literally why he did it? He come on and say
that? Pretty much. Like a kid, bro. He's 19. He's like, all right, guys, you're going to eat what I eat. Hot dogs and cheeseburgers, baby.
That's actually really funny. That's really funny.
Of course. Of course. No, the worst one I've seen is, actually, I don't know Danny Willits because, I don't know, maybe they didn't even let him have a Champions dinner because
no one remembers him?
No one remembers about him, but Bubba Watson one year, he had it was like the most bland. It was like chicken. It was just like
Oh,
chicken breast with mashed potatoes and green
Bubba
beans.
Watson. Bubba Watson is. I just can't like him. Like in any.
His dessert was funfetti cake.
Oh, dude,
It's horrible. It's criminal. It was a criminal
that is
dinner.
criminal, dude. What is that? What
And
like
the top three that I've seen of best ones were Hideki's.
Hideki's looks delicious, dude.
Was out of control. And then maybe just my taste in food, but both Spanish winners, Sergio and Rahm, they were
Chef's
just
kiss, dude. Chef's kiss.
incredible dishes.
Go ahead, give me your Masters dinner. You win it first round. Go.
Definitely be a lot of Cuban flair. I've thought about this a million times. Tostones relleno.
Oh, great move.
I would do croquetas.
Okay. Okay.
Then we're gonna go to. I've gone back and forth, but I think I would end up with vaca frita as the meat because that's my favorite all-time Cuban dish.
Not bad.
I had to figure out the seafood one. That one,
I think
camarón enchilado type of thing.
Camarón, marisco, enchilado, something like that.
Something like that. Then
or you could do like a bacalao, like a Cuban bacalao.
Something like that. I gotta see what we do on the seafood side, but I'd be more like an enchilado because that's just what I like.
Sure.
And then obviously you serve it with the rice and beans, the moros, or maybe a gallo pinto, which I love. Then maduros for sure, and then dessert would be flan or tres leche, cuatro leche.
I love that. I think mine would be as an appetizer. I would do the same thing, like a tostone relleno, or maybe even like a ceviche could be really yummy. And then for main meal, I would do a whole roast pork, like full. Give me a lechon asado all the way.
Still the cantina, everybody outside, tent, domino tables, everyone in the green jackets playing.
Give me the full experience. I want the full experience.
Dinner served at 7, but everyone's gonna get there at 4.
And for some reason, every time you cook one, it starts to rain a little bit, so that everyone's like cold and miserable. That's the experience I want. For dinner, or for my fish, it would probably be the same. A little camarón or a little marisco enchilado with like lobster bits and fish and stuff. And then for dessert, I think I'm either gonna do. Oh, you know what I thought of? There's this thing called, I think it's called a bocado príncipe, and it's, imagine like a little panetera, so like a little bit of like a cake, and then it has natilla on top, so like that little cream on top, and it's just like a smooth like cake with a natilla, kind of something like that. And obviously all the fixings. Give me the rice and the beans. Give me the maduros, the tostones,
some yuca
frita.
Oh.
But I'm getting hungry just talking about it.
The fat boys coming out, both of us right now.
Fat boys shaking, dude. Give me a Cuban golfer to play this, dude.
Yeah, then I'd serve cafecito to everyone, to turn everyone on to what cafecito is.
Dude, you get Cuban coffee out in the like right after. Those guys would be wired. That's actually a cheat code.
Some of these old guys are gonna have heart attacks by the end of this meal.
Whatever, bro. Who cares? Who cares? They'll have a great freaking Nick Faldo will be out there just sweating. Just sweat his dreams out. That's super exciting though. I think that's a great meal. That's a great meal. The tricky part is if you win it 2 times, because then like you just blew your load the first time.
No, the second time I would just, like you said, like I do vaca frita and everything the first time. The second time we're doing cajachina, baby. Everybody out there with domino tables. Let's get it cracking.
I think for the second time I would do the meal of the cuisine of whoever I beat on the last one. So just troll hard. If it's Sergio Garcia or one of these guys, I'm doing Spanish food. If it's Hideki, I'm doing Japanese. Like I'm just destroying you. Like you're, it's gonna be better that if you won it, it's gonna be better than yours. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's even better is if you do it and it's like a guy that's never won the Masters, so he's not even at the dinner.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if he never won it, you're just like, bro, I would destroy. Like poor Rory. That's the only bad one is if you have Rory. But anybody else, you just troll them hard. And then what if you? Is this possible? What I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely is. Absolutely is. What if you like just you create like the cuisine? Has there been a fat Masters winner?
I'm sure there has.
Be a fat boy. No, John Daly didn't win.
Angel Cabrera.
Oh, he was chunky.
He's back this year. He's out of jail and playing in the Masters.
Is he? No, he isn't. Is he really?
He's playing this week. He'll be at the Champions dinner and everything.
Give me a top 20 for.
He won on the Champions Tour like a couple weeks ago.
Baba, give me a top 20 for him. Talk about a guy who was electric on the golf course. That guy was a lot of fun to watch.
You remember I forgot what one of the U.S. Opens that I think he almost won. I don't remember if he won it or if that's the one that Tiger won, but he was going head to head with Tiger, and he's on 18, just hitting a shot from the fair with a dart in his mouth.
Dude.
On national TV, and just singing the mouth, hitting a shot, trying to calm his nerves.
Again, like
what an
absolute
animal.
animal. He's like, when you think of South American, Argentinian douchebags, I feel like that's him, and I love every piece of it. I think he's like, give it to me all the time.
Dude, didn't he go to jail for beating a woman or something like that?
Now you're making me sound.
He went to jail for it was battery. I don't know who it was for, but he might have kicked the shit out of a woman or something.
Are you serious? Is that what it was? Hold on. Now I have to look this up. Hold on. No, you're wrong. Don't tell me that.
It was definitely battery.
Let's see.
I just don't know who it was.
Arrested in Rio de Janeiro as a result of Interpol using a red notice due to him having left Argentina without authorization following the start of a trial where he was facing a number of criminal charges, including assault, theft, and legal intimidation. He remained in a Brazilian prison until June 2021, with his extradition to Argentina was completed in July 2021. He's convicted and sentenced to 2 years in prison. Oh, he was convicted for a second assault and sentenced to 2 additional years for 4 months in prison. Oh my. What did he do? But it didn't say what he did.
I don't know. It's tough. I'm telling you, man.
Listen, we're coming back. I'm coming back on a follow-up on this one because I got to find out what he did. I did not know this was assault. I thought it was like tax evasion or something like that. This is so exciting. This is like going to be my new thing for the next few hours. Guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us on this super special Masters program. We only talked Masters this entire time. Again, make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Javi, enjoy your week.
You enjoy yours.
I'm no longer going to talk to you because I'm excited for the Masters and I don't know what else to do with myself. So I don't even want to talk to you because you're just going to shit on me and you're going to give off your jealous vibes. And that's not me anymore. I'm a Masters patron now. I'm going to get a badge and I'm going to wear it throughout the year. Even when I'm not even close to Augusta, I'm going to be wearing the badge.
I love it.
Guys, thank you so much.
And I hate you.
I know. Make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. See ya.